Hi everyone, I'm Saleha and this is Friday Night Adda, coming to you after a long gap with Artha from Calcutta. Hello Artha, how are you?
Hi, Saleha. Hi, Calcutta Unlimited.
How are you?
Uh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Coping with the times.
Coping with the times? So,
Yes.
like I just told you, we always want to know about people from Calcutta, especially us who live away from home. So, tell us your Calcutta connection, tell us what's happening in Calcutta. Tell us all
Oh,
the amazing stuff that you do. Um,
as as old as forever, as old as Skyroom on Park Street,
oh,
as old as Pam Crane, as old as Usha Iyer in those
yep.
days, because she sang. I'm told she sang for my first birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Wow.
And she had polio in those days, if you remember.
No, I don't actually.
Usha Iyer had polio. Yes, she did. And yeah, so as old as Trinka as it used to be.
And Peter
Yeah.
Cat.
And Peter Cat and Mocambo.
And Mocambo. I have to say, a few years, Sky Room, I have such good memories. I mean, the lobster
Oh,
thermidor and everything else. Oh, it was like, it was fantastic. And
it
so was
was.
Mocambo. Yeah.
I don't know whether you remember. We would go there. We would normally be taken there on a Sunday, and you could literally smell uh, the air condition along with the tutti frutti. You know, and the tutti frutti, the glass used to be up there
Yes.
with the
Yes.
silverware spoon. Yeah, and the smell. You can actually smell that AC, and it was so fresh. The air conditioning was so fresh, and the tutti frutti, the strawberry, and everything. Oh, out of the world, out of the world.
I mean, I have to say, at the cost of, oh my God, people kind of up against arms against me. So I went back to Mocambo a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Not the
Nope,
same.
nope, nope,
Ah,
nope, nope. Maybe my taste it has changed, and it's not the same anymore. But the chicken Kiev, because that's what I remember having, was hard
uh-huh.
as the bomb Alaska wasn't lighting up. So
And the crab, the
you know.
crab, the crab,
I
the
didn't
crab.
have the crab. I when I'm
No.
traveling, I try and stay away from seafood just because
Okay,
this is a
okay.
Bangali pet, so you've got to be very careful.
Yeah,
Just
so
something small will trigger it off.
so like I come from a family which is basically how would I put it, internationally integrated. So I have a father my father was Portuguese, my mom was from these parts from Calcutta. She was from UP, she was Hindu, and so we had this whole uh, international connect, that integration, like we call it. And so yeah, I've been exposed to various kinds of food, and especially on most tables in like my family home in Goa, you would have
So
everything that walks and flies. Yeah.
yes,
Uh,
absolutely. So you told me you do a lot of stuff. So let's hear about them. I
oh,
mean, the list is endless. I came across as so boring when I was talking to you.
don't say that, Saleh. So yeah, it all started off with I kind of started dabbling in art, and the art I'm talking about was more than ever influenced by Mario Miranda. Yeah, so
Oh
I'm
my
a
God,
cartoonist.
yes.
He was my guru in many ways, and so specifically because the man spoke about the mundane. He didn't talk political cartoons, because politics in any way is laughable, is a cartoon in itself. So we shared a common thought there, and yeah, so there was cartoons, there was getting into advertising and marketing, which I was in for almost 35 years of
So
my
did you
life,
do? Were you
and
an ad? Were you in advertising?
yeah, I ran my own agency too, and
Wow.
so 35 years, I still am a consultant in advertising and marketing, and besides being a cartoonist, a poet, part of the Kolkata Literary Fest, part of the APJ Literary Fest. I have published a lot of poems, and I'm also a writer, short stories and stuff like that.
Is
Besides
there
being a
anything
life
you don't
coach,
do?
besides being a life coach and a fitness coach, yeah. So uh, that's how the journey has been. There have been various achievements on the way, besides the writing and the other stuff. I've also taken plays to London and around the world. We've done site-specific
What plays are
performances.
these?
So this one was basically something called Crab Soup. We were commissioned by, you know, the Wellcome Trust to take it to the UK, and we performed it at the Nehru Centre and then at Wimbledon, at Lillian Bailey's, and in London. And this was basically amalgamating science with theatre, you know. So, and
Wow.
it was
So
a difficult thing to
are
do.
are
Yeah,
you a playwright also,
I script.
and
Yes, I do. I do.
also
Yeah,
a stage artist, or
I
just?
have performed too. I have performed
Oh
too.
my
Yes.
God, Arthur! Oh my God!
Yeah. So,
Oh
yeah, but experimental theatre. Yeah, a lot of
well,
site-specific theatre.
experimental theater that goes to London. Wow, wow.
Yes. So it was basically intimate theatre, where we actually provoke an audience to think, not necessarily, you know, proscenium theatre. So you have, yeah, a lot
Well,
of, yeah.
tell me about your ad days.
Oh, advertising in Calcutta. I kind of had very nice innings there because I kind of came in at a time when Calcutta was doing almost 60% of the advertising revenue, you know, advertising spend overall in India. Today, dismally, we do not more than 3%. You know what I mean? Not even that, maybe. Okay, so having said that, I have had the opportunity to be in touch with some greats, from Walter Mendes to Manishankar Mukherjee to Shovan Roy to Shovan Nandi, and you know it's been very fulfilling, very fulfilling, because you've actually seen all that rubber solution and the PTS, and not the digital days of advertising, which somehow I feel, you know, even photography has lost its sheen in terms of skin tone and everything that people, you know, there's so much edit rather than the natural thing that happens to them. So I feel, yeah, I do belong to the old school of thinking as far as advertising and communication is concerned. Yeah.
Do you know now? Brown is the new black.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
we brown
You're right.
people
You're
are
so right.
creating a huge
Yes,
awareness and getting ourselves
yes,
heard. So I'm sure that's happening
absolutely.
all over the world. Yeah.
Absolutely. And even Latin America for that matter. I think there's no other spot in the whole world that is more creative in terms of the way they think, you know. So organically creative, raw creativity, if I
Yep.
may say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about what you're doing now?
Oh, I'm doing a lot
What
of
does a
stuff.
life
So,
coach do?
there's various things. I'm a biohacker. So, as
Means?
you know, somebody who basically experiments with a lot of enhancements on himself, you know, like everyday biological enhancements. No, I don't believe in injecting or putting anything under my skin, but I do follow certain principles. And I can tell you very clearly the basic one being sleeping well. Okay, so you sleep well.
Yep.
And when you want to sleep well, you have to do a few things to sleep well. And we all know, you know, we all know, you and me know that the body produces melatonin in the sunlight. And then some of us don't get to bed on time, normally with those blue light in our faces from
Oh
our
yeah.
Android
Yeah.
phones.
Yep.
Yeah, so we don't get sleep. So I try to avoid that stuff. So the phone is away from me almost an hour before bedtime. And then I try to sleep with a red light therapy, basically. Yeah, so infrared therapy actually helps you to regress age, helps your
Wow.
metabolism, helps you to kind of remain slimmer, you know. So obviously, it keeps your metabolic rate at an optimum. And because it kind of penetrates the skin for about 5 to 10 you know, below the surface, it also helps you with your energy levels. What it actually does is it gets into the mitochondria of our cells and, you know, kind of gives impetus, enhances the adenosine triphosphate, which we call ATP in our mitochondria, in the cells. So it is our reserve energy, and we kind of get up feeling fresh and full of energy, you know. So that's our reserve energy, yeah, working with us. And sometimes, if you haven't had a good night's sleep, you know how it feels.
Yep.
So that's
I have
one little
8 hours. Yep.
biohack.
Yep.
Awesome,
I need my
awesome,
8 hours. Absolutely. 10:30. My
absolutely.
dog. Yes. Whether I like it or not, Lizzie, my little King Charles
Yes,
Cavalier, will come to my
yes,
pillow, push me
Yeah,
away, and she needs my pillow to sleep, and I will but have to go to bed at 10:30. So I have no
absolutely.
problems. Yes, so
I know a lot
I
of
know
people who are kind of professing sleeping less and still
that is
functioning
good.
and all that,
Yeah,
but I don't believe by that at all. Because it's going to get you. It's going to get you. It's like a circle that's going to
yeah,
bring you down. It's a whirlpool. So that's just one biohack I shared with you. But when you get up in the morning, and how many of us actually take a lot from what our heritage? Look at our heritage, so rich. And I'm sure many of us, and you being Bengali, right, Saleha?
yeah, yeah,
You would, yeah, yeah. So you would probably know what we call kacha holud, you
yeah.
know, raw haldi. Okay, so an inch of raw haldi every morning is ritual in this house and ritual amongst most of my clients. So a bit of haldi, if put on your hand 365 days of the year, what would happen to your palms? It would be yellow, right?
Yeah, which
It
is
would be
my
stained.
favorite color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it would be stained. And so consider that going down from your esophagus into your large and small intestine 365 days of the year and creating an antiseptic coating. I'm just trying to put this into layman
Yeah, yeah,
ideology for
which
you.
is what we want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So it's going to work wonders. It's going to create an antiseptic alkaline situation within, and that's
So
what we want.
how
That's what
how
we're all
big a piece
striving
of
for.
haldi?
Just an inch, just an inch,
And
just
this
an
is
inch
like
bit.
the raw
Can I
haldi.
Yes, the raw haldi, the raw bit. The not the wet one. It's the wet one, not the dry one. It's the raw haldi.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
know.
Yeah, you get it in any local market. Any local Indian market would have kacha haldi. Yeah. So that's what we kind of chew. And along with that, a half-inch bit of ginger. Now,
And
you'd
the
probably say,
taste,
why
I
ginger?
love ginger, but haldi taste
Yeah.
first thing in the morning.
Yes. First thing in the morning, right from the bed to the bowl that's holding the stuff. Right from the bed to the bowl that's holding the stuff. A bit in your mouth, a bit of ginger in your mouth, along with the turmeric. If you don't like the taste of it, a little bit of gur, a little bit, a pinch
Yeah,
of gur
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or jaggery or a little bit of honey goes a long way in keeping you, uh, you know, actually immune and helping you tackle pain. Now, that's one conquest that we need to take care of. Okay, pain and inflammation. Enough people with all kinds of pain. Okay, today we have CBD oil and all that, but I'll come to that later. But I'm not even getting there when I say that we need to take something out from our Vedic age, if I may say.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so I think there's a lot to be learned, though many of us have become extremely westernized. It's great to be that way. The entire progression of the world and everything, but as we sit right now, Saleha, you and me both realize that we are limited. We are limited because we're sitting only that much and we're not down there. We should be sitting right down, right? Where our hamstrings touch our calves, like the Indian toilet system, if I may say. Okay?
Yeah. Oh
We've
God,
kind of
the hole in
forgotten
the
that,
hole in the
yes,
ground.
yeah, hole in the ground. And mind you, that's a huge biohack that you need to practice on a daily basis. So you've had your haldi, you've had your ginger, you've had your little water. Okay, now go sit on the floor on the 3 points, your big toe, your small toe, and your heel. Let it all be in touch with the floor. You shouldn't be sitting with your heels raised. So
Yeah, yeah.
totally sit down.
What
I
happens?
promise you. I promise you. You not only streamline your entire digestive process, you give your body a fantastic, fantastic stretch, but you also take care of any needless knee surgery, hip surgery in the future. Your mobility actually enhances almost 50%, believe it or not. Okay. And I can only talk at my age. I'm 56. Okay. So, and the kind of stuff I do at my age, I, I sometimes surprise myself. Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah. So, three biohacks that I just shared with you. And I think, you need to look at, so when you finished that little morning thing, you sit down there and try to achieve up to about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes of sitting that way on the
That's
floor.
that's a bit of
You
a
won't,
stretch, like
yeah, it
literally
is. Start,
stretch.
start with 1 minute, but you believe it or not, most offices, Google internationally, Deloitte internationally, Facebook internationally, a lot of mm, new group leaders, managers, senior level, guys. They normally have their meeting on the floor, sitting down, no chairs. Okay, and I think we need to go back. We need to go back to the Maori and the way he sat, waiting. The way he sat and waited, and he could just get up anytime he wanted to. We struggle. We struggle, and we are too dependent on certain other aspects of uh, artificial synthetic medication, which is really not working for us. I don't see that happening, and we need to be able to lift this load, okay, on our legs. Without now, if I were to get up, I don't want to put my hands on my thighs and then get up. I just want to get up straight up,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so that's the way it ought to be, and I need to sit below parallel at all times. So biohacking is something which kind of you experiment with, and then it works for you. And it's worked for me brilliantly, I can only say. Brilliantly. Okay. And it not only keeps, see, it's not about being muscular, having all that tons of muscle on you and exercising, but exercise and activity and movement more than any time in the world, in the crisis we are, and everything else is extremely important. Movement is an extremely important part of your life that you need to take charge of. Do not ask the maid for a glass of water. Get up and get it. Get
Well,
up
I
and
have
get
to
it.
do
Don't
that. Yes, I
ask.
don't
Yeah.
have the luxury of help. I am the
Yes.
G, the
Yes.
dhobi, the driver, the cook. Yep. So,
Absolutely. You see, what has happened to a lot of people in India and other places is that we've kind of become so dependent on, the Zomatos and the Swiggies. And you're sitting back on the sofa or we're on the bed with 10 cushions and we're watching Netflix and Amazon Prime. Tell me, are we going to really prosper with such sedentary lifestyle? Are we really, really thinking that there's this magic cure coming to us that is going to rid us of all our health issues, uh, fitness issues just by sitting this way? No. I request every one of you who's listening in here, get up from your seat and take 5-10 minutes out every hour. Move. Every hour you need to move. And if that doesn't sound, I can specify what movement to. Maybe just give yourself a few standing, sit squats, sit
yep.
down on a chair and up, sit down on a chair and up, maybe 10, 20 times. Age, I do understand. Age is a factor, and, mobility is a factor. But believe me, once it becomes part and parcel of you, it works like Riyaz. It works like practice. Like you practice your vocal chords to become a great singer. You kind of practice anything; it becomes part and parcel of you. Yeah. So I think we need to look at activity. And when I say activity, it's not just activity that you go to the gym and you do some, stuff and then you come out. No, it's your NEAT. It's your NEAT. When I say NEAT, it's the abbreviated form of non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So how much does your body burn other than the burst that you give it at the gym or in your exercise routine? Yeah. So don't tell me, oh, I exercise. Oh, I do so much at home. I'm good. No, you got to have both going with you. You have both these things going with you, and along with that, clean eating. Yeah. So yeah. So much for the biohacks, and then you finished your exercise, and then you've gone for your shower, and then you put on the damn geyser. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Not
Well,
the geyser, not the
right.
geyser. Okay. So in the coldest of temperatures, yes, you can start with a warm shower, get the soap all over you, the suds all over you, and everything else. But finish off with an ice cold shower and on the nape of your neck, because this is where the neurotransmitters are. Okay. And this is going to take care, you believe it or not, it's going to take care of the adipose in your body. It's going to slim you down. It's going to make you fit and very, very active, very, very active and focused throughout the day. Focused, more than anything else, is going to help you focus. So do remember cold showers, end off with cold showers, and
Okay, so
if you can,
here's my question. What about people like me who live in colder climates? I live in Melbourne, where we're
yes,
supposed to be autumn and supposed to be 25, 26. I am wearing a jumper. a thermal
You,
jumper.
yeah.
My windows are closed. There is nowhere in hell I can have
So
a cold
yeah.
shower.
So
And in winters, it's
expose
down
yourself.
to like 1 degree.
Yes. So you need to expose yourself. You need to expose yourself for 3 minutes at the most, or to extreme temperature minus. You say 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to go to a minus level of about say 2, 3, okay, or 5, and you can stay there for about 2 to 3 minutes. You can wear gloves just to prevent any bite or anything that
Yeah.
could happen, frostbite. But believe me, alertness is up there. It's right up there. Okay, we got to keep few things in mind. That adversity works. Comfort will never work. We got to put ourselves into adversity to see benefits, and you got to work for it. Believe me, nothing comes easy. Nothing. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. And honestly speaking, you really need to put in that added little bit of, whether it be the brain, the body, or the soul. You got to put in that added effort. Yeah.
I'm
Having
just
said what
trying
I
to
said, is
visualize a
yeah,
cold shower. I'm trying to visualize people living in Canada and in States and in
yes.
England. I mean, we
And they're
have
doing
people.
it. They're doing ice baths. Cryotherapy. Cryotherapy is being used for cancer too. Cryotherapy is being used to regress age, to help you with arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so cryotherapy is a big thing today being researched, and it's working fantastic for elite athletes.
Yeah, I know that they
Actually,
have.
yeah, they use it every single day. So you can use a whole body cryotherapy, or you can use specific cryotherapy. All have these gel little ice packs at home in your refrigerator.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
it, put it on the nape of your neck.
And is that
Put it on the
enough?
nape of, since we are constrained to certain aspects. Yes, so just try it and see the focus it generates. Just tell me about it. Okay. Along with that, a very, very big biohack is your coffee. Okay.
Oh,
Your
please don't tell me
coffee,
not to stop. I love my coffee, so
I want
can't.
you to have your coffee. I want you
Oh,
to have your
great.
coffee. Yeah, so I want you to have your coffee black
uh,
without
okay,
sugar.
okay.
But keep in mind that when we have our coffee, we have caffeine in it, and that caffeine causes you a crash. So how do we then counter that crash? We add theanine to it. Theanine is a little substance that we put into our coffee. So where do we get theanine from? It's available online if you want to get it, but you can take a basil leaf, a tulsi pata, and put it into the water that you make your coffee with. Okay, so you boil the water with tulsi pata and then make your coffee, and tell me how you feel. I'm here to listen to you. I want feedback. Okay, I want you to tell me I was talking. Sorry, I was talking bullshit. I want you to tell me that, and I promise you, I will take back my words on all counts. I can guarantee you what I'm talking to you about today is 100%. Okay,
Hey,
we're
PU,
talking
I hope
about.
you're listening. So, PU, our other admin, she cannot function without a coffee spelled with
It's
a
amazing.
K
Yes,
and a CH
yeah,
W. Yes, I can't
absolutely.
function
So
without my coffee. So,
So
yes,
it's
wow.
great. So you have this coming in maybe in your first half of your day, which is fantastic. But don't overdo the coffee into the second half of the day too much. Yeah. But yes, for older people, please include at least two cups of coffee in the first half of the day. I would like you to look at why? Because it's being studied for dementia, it's being studied for Alzheimer. So why don't we give it to them? Why do we think that no, they don't deserve a cup of black coffee? No sugar. Okay, fantastic stuff to actually counter dementia and Alzheimer. Yeah, and with the theanine in it. So what better? Or if you want to make it even more potent, add some coconut oil into it, or
I was going to
MCT
say
oil
add
into
some
it.
ganja
Yeah,
into it if you want to make it more potent, but it's coconut oil. Okay.
yeah. So you have
Sorry.
coconut oil, and it actually what we call bullet coffee. You know, so it's called bullet coffee. The moment we put coconut oil into it and blend it, we have bullet coffee. And tell me about it once you've had this.
I have to
You
try this.
automatically take, yes. So, you kind of take on that whole nutty flavor if you get good coconut, good organic coconut oil. Okay,
I've
I'm not
got,
just talking about any oil. Yes.
yeah, I
So,
have extra virgin coconut oil, which
yes,
is
there you
actually
are.
for my dog. So what Lizzie has, I can have. So yes, okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, Saleh, you can. So yeah, go with it and try this out. So that's your morning routine sorted. You're heading to office. You're done with your morning routine. You've done your exercise. Uh, you know, this wouldn't be enough to talk about exercise. This little slot that we're kind of getting
No,
across. But
because we are running out of time now, aren't we?
yes,
When you
yes,
have
so
fun,
yes,
everything
yeah,
happens. Yes.
yes.
So
So,
wow.
activity as far as exercise, I will talk about on a later, maybe scheduling what kind of an exercise can be worked in for you specifically to your needs. Yeah. And age defined kind of workouts,
So
which
before
you
we
can
run
do.
out of time, sorry, Arthur, before we
Yes.
run out of time, uh, you're a mind body expert. So tell us easy exercises that we can do every day, because most of us are housebound. I'm thinking of all the people in India, and we know what's happening in India. What can we do just to keep ourselves, other than just get up and get up from your chair, go get your glass of water, make your own coffee? There has to be little things that we can do, even if we can't go out.
Sure. So to start with, you finished your morning ablutions, the washroom and everything, and
Yep,
you're
yep, yep.
back here and you kind of get into your workwear. Make your workout a ceremony, first of all. You got to make it a ceremony. It can't be in your night clothes. So you got to make it a ceremony. You got to wear your clothes, wear your shoes, wear the correct attire, and get out there into an open space where you're going to practice something called block breathing. Block breathing is taking in, inhaling through your nostrils for a count of say 10, holding for a count of 5, and releasing again very slowly for a count of 10. But it's all going to be belly breathing and not chest breathing.
Yep.
And I'm saying this at a very relevant time because what a lot has been proved is that we don't have the lung capacity to dispel phlegm,
Yep.
ordinary gunk that we need to dispel. We don't have the lung strength to do it. And mind you, this basic breathing pattern, which we call block breathing, is a very effective thing done on a daily basis. So you inhale through your nose for a count of 10. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you exhale through your mouth with your tongue on the bridge of your mouth. So your tongue goes to the bridge of your mouth, so you're getting it out through the gaps in your teeth. So it's
Yeah.
for a count of 10. Okay. So please practice this. This is one thing that you start your morning with. And then very basic exercises, like I said, first you're going to be sitting in that posture, like I told you, right down on the floor. Okay. Not hips on the floor. You're going to have your feet on the floor
Yep.
evenly,
The hole in
on the
the
floor.
ground one. Yep. Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're gonna have your elbows on your uh, inner thighs, just to kind of keep them out that way. Yeah, and they're gonna sit there, and then you're gonna try and practice getting up and down. Okay, so that's a basic squat. That's one of the most primal movements known to mankind that we need to practice. Okay, so anybody says he cannot squat, I don't believe it because you're sitting on a chair anywhere. Anyway, you're going and sitting on the commode, you're sitting on the chair, you're sitting on whatever. So you can practice a squat. Okay. The other thing is, there's a lot that I wanted to tell you about. This little under the skin, this little muscle that we have, and we got to retain it. Over the years, after about 24, we tend to 23, 24, we tend to the decline in muscle regeneration takes place, and that makes us look older, feel older, destroys our mobility. So we go into an atrophic state, okay, where we don't use muscle. A lot of people think, okay, I want to slim down, I want to slim down. But when you slim down, you don't have muscle on your body, so you look older.
Hold up. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So you got to keep that muscle on your body that fills you out. Okay. That makes you look good. Okay. That chisel, give you that chisel kind of a look, that hungry look. You can't have that comfortable look or shooty name kind of a look that we have in, Protima kind of a look. Nah, cholbe na. That won't work. Okay, we have to look a little hungry. In these times, we got to be take on adversity, look a little hungry. So we're going to work our muscles, and how are we going to do this? They're very basic exercises. Go against your sofa, put your hands against it, and maybe just try to touch your. This is the way. Okay, push back. So what you're doing is an incline, or against a wall. Against a wall, do some wall push-ups. Sit down against the wall, do some wall sit-ups. Put your back straight against the wall, sit up towards the edge, and practice that. In your bed, get your if your bed is against a wall at one end, put your legs up on the wall, and please be in that 90-degree position for a while. It's considered to be therapeutic. It actually helps you recuperate on various aspects of health. So you have your legs up there and your body here. So you're 90 degrees, your legs up on the wall, and your body here. So that's kind of how you kind of flush toxins. You flush a lot of toxins out of your body. Yeah. And we say, I have knee pain, I have this pain, I have that pain. So along with your ginger and your uh,
Healthy.
turmeric, you also had something else. You also had
Tulsi.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
you had
turmeric.
tulsi
Yeah.
in your coffee. You had tulsi in your coffee. And you had something which we call in Bengali Shojni data.
Oh yes,
Shojni data,
drumsticks.
Shojni data powder. Okay. So drumstick powder, which we call moringa.
Yep.
Moringa, moringa powder, organic moringa powder, 1 tablespoon in a glass full of water. Mind you, a lot of us don't know this, but moringa stands up there on the list of antioxidants, right up there. And it's not your avocado, and it's not your broccoli, and it's not all
I
that.
love my
It's
avocado.
more,
I love my avocado
yeah, it's
also.
great. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. But when it comes to moringa, the antioxidant level is up there. It's right up there. So what do antioxidants do? I don't need to tell you. Takes care of your free radicals, okay, in the body, and that's what we all need. Yeah, Saleha, something.
Yes, I
So
think
we have, and we also have these resistance bands that are available online, Saleha. So I
yes,
could
I
go
know
on and
that.
on.
Yeah.
But so you attach it to an immovable piece of furniture. You can work your arms. You
Yep.
can work your chest. You can row. You can do so many things. It's all there for us. We just ignore it. We pass it by.
And I
So
must say,
there's a
I'm
lot
one
of
of them.
resistance. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
go.
activity being at the base of everything we do, movement, and no better time to do it than now. So after this little session, I hope a lot of you will kind of take it on and
And we'll
take
yes,
on
we catch
take
up.
on that new
Yes,
avatar. Take on that new avatar uh, that new thing that you want to believe in. That is actually me. This is not me. That is me. So I would like you to look at it that way. Yeah.
thank you, Arthur. We catch up another time because we are running out of
Yes.
time now.
Absolutely.
And you can share some more.
Sure. Sure.